Hey everybody, welcome to the Braid and Tinker podcast. My name is Melanie and I am a knitter and a software developer. This is a knitting video cast mainly about knitting. This week, however, it's a tiny diversion to, did I want to say that? Yes, to the bullet journaling world, because I went to the bullet journaling workshop at Jawel, which is a yarn store in Rotterdam, yesterday, and I have some clips for you.
I'm waiting at the station. I was a little bit early and I could have taken an earlier train, but I just missed it. So now I'm waiting like in the gap between two trains on the way to Rotterdam, which is a bit annoying, but at least I have my tea, so I won't be bored. But yeah.
I'm drinking some fake coffee. It's not even decaf. It's like this stuff that they blend these herbs together and make it a powder, and it's just, it kind of smells like coffee and it kind of tastes like coffee, but it's not coffee. It's just like, I don't know, chicory or something. It's weird, but it's good for, I've been trying to sort of lower my caffeine intake to help with sleeping and lowering my anxieties, and it's been kind of helping, I guess, so it's good. So yes, I went to the this is all over the place. I'll start again. I went to the bullet journaling workshop yesterday in Rotterdam at the Jawel yarn store, and I've talked about that store before. They have their own bullet journals. This is one I got yesterday for taking part in the workshop. And the fun thing about her bullet journals is that the dots, the grid dots, are not perfect squares, but they're more to the shape of stitches. So you can use these journals to make up your own knitting patterns, which is really good for knitters. So the quality of the paper is really good, and these have been printed in Rotterdam, which is super cool. So what happened yesterday was there was a girl who does bullet journal workshops, and she has a book, and her name is Anna, and let me go find a picture of her. She was really, really nice and adorable. She really was adorable. This is her, and she did a fantastic bullet journal with like a crafty twist. So workshop. The idea was that we would make like she explained a whole bunch of stuff about bullet journaling and how you can do it and how you can start it and stuff that you can do with it. And then we were supposed to make like a project page where you can like do, if that was what you wanted to do, if you wanted to do like something for knitting, you could do like a project page. So I've done that. And then you have like a little index with keys of stuff, and you can apply them to your knitting projects. And then she also explained like what can you do if you do like a whole page for one knitting project, and like sticking a bit of yarn, leftover yarn in with it, and One person commented that you could, if you're knitting a sweater, you can draw the outline of a sweater, and like every time you've knit so far, then you can sort of like cross that off. And then we also did like a more traditional week spread, and I just did this with a little plant. I'm not very good at drawing, but I quite like the sort of layout of this page, so that was really fun. I had a really good time. It's always fun to do like crafty workshops with knitters, because most of us are pretty introverted people, and then it's fun to see what happens when you put 6 or 7 introverts at a table. Not anything exciting, it's just fun. And then Anna, and she had this book which came out this week, I think, and so I just purchased it from her because it has all these like great bullet journaling ideas, and I'm really into that lately, so I just thought sure. And it's really fun. I really like her aesthetic, and it has like a ton of these like example spreads, but she's like really good at this stuff, so yeah. Oh, the door opened, hang on. But yeah, I really like this book. I really like the workshop, and I really enjoyed being at Jebel, because usually it is a bit further away from me. It's in Rotterdam, and usually I just order yarn from Saskia online, so it was nice to actually be there and see the store. I'll just leave the bullet journaling part there and dive into knitting. So I've been knitting on my September sock challenge socks number 1, and these are these lovely pink socks. This yarn is by Scheepjes. It's the Scheepjes Invicta Everest. I don't see it online a whole bunch, so I think it's been discontinued, which is a real shame because, as you can see, it's a super fun self-striping yarn. It's not expensive, and it does feel quite soft and sturdy, so I really like this yarn. These socks are knitting themselves, really. It's going really fast. I've started the ribbing, so I'm almost done with them, and then I just need to add some afterthought heels. So that's my first pair of socks for the September sock challenge, and then I can really start any sock. I have so much sock yarn, but I have some tuku sock yarn, and I think I'm going to knit a pair of socks with that next, because it is a bit chunkier. It might go a bit faster, and you know, I want to knit a lot of socks for my personal September sock challenge, so I think that will be good. I just remembered I need to put a battery in my phone, because otherwise the phone will die. That's not good. Is it still recording? That seems good. Okay. The other thing I knit on this week a lot, and I did not finish, is my Winterfjell sweater. I had to do one sleeve last week, and hang on, there we go. The sleeve is done, and I'm almost done with the ribbing. It's just a couple of more rows, really. You can tell if I hold up the other sleeve. I'm almost there. It's just like a little. I really like this sweater. I think I'm going to be wearing this quite a bit this winter, so super excited about that. But yeah, not entirely finished. And then that was that in terms of knitting this week. Actually, I have the Peppa Pig that I have not touched this week because I wanted to get the sleeve done on the Winterfjell, and I only knitted on the socks when I was in the train and when I was traveling otherwise on the bus to work. So, and I haven't touched the other pair of socks I was knitting, so I'm yeah. It's also because it's like a lace pattern and I really want to do a whole bunch of socks for the September sock challenge. So, you know, lace socks are a bit slower than the vanilla socks. So I'm just gonna start doing a bunch of vanilla socks first, and then if I get bored with that, I can do lace socks. So that was that in terms of knitting. I have a FO, which is silly because I didn't show you this last week, but my tenure sweater is done and I am wearing it. So let me just stand up. This is the lace section. I really love this. It's super comfortable. It's very soft. This yarn is the Olan. It's a single ply merino in the corn colorway. It is, I really like it. I'm super into gold at the moment. Like crazily into gold. So yeah, this is like my favorite thing to wear at the moment. I'm a bit worried about it because it is a single ply and I'm just really worried it's going to pill like crazy. So I've been sort of pacing myself, not wearing it too much, but I have worn it a fair bit already. Yeah, I think the lace is very pretty. It's, for me, it's the right length, but I must note that I added a tiny bit of extra length, more than is specified in the pattern. I also knitted one sleeve size larger than was specified in the pattern for this size sweater, and I probably could have done an even larger sleeve size. I have quite big arms, I guess, so this is fine, but it always looks slightly stretched out, whereas the rest of the sweater doesn't, which is fine. I made the neckline quite, I don't want to say tight, it's just that I didn't do like a stretchy bind off, which I'm really happy about, because I feel like if I'd done a stretchy bind off, it would have been very droopy, and this way, just with a regular bind off, it really holds its shape. So I'm very pleased with that. It's a shape type cardigan, not cardigan, a garment that I would normally not pick for myself. I think it feels very sort of like peplum shape, but for some reason it really works with my body type and it looks quite good, and I'm really pleased with it. So yeah, if I didn't have like a million other projects in my brain queue, I would probably knit another one of these. I knit one of the larger sizes. It'll be on my Ravelry page, but I used 3 skeins of yarn. However, they are the single ply merino, and they're usually about 360 meters per 100 grams, instead of like stock yarn is usually 400 meters per 100 grams. So yeah, you get a little bit less, but I did finish almost all of the 3 skeins. I have this left, which is not a hole. It looks more than it is, but oh, it's actually, well, I have this left, so turn that into a little mini. But yeah. Oh, it's not working. So yeah, that is my tenure. I totally recommend this pattern. The pattern is by Caitlin Hunter, who is who designs under Boyland Knitworks. So she has a bunch of interesting and very, very popular designs. So last week I asked you guys to recommend me a pattern for the Muka heritage yarn that I received for my birthday from my sister, and I did get a bunch of recommendations and they were all really good. I just haven't made a decision yet, so this is just kind of lying around. I'm kind of tempted to make the Vera Valimaki shawl that is in the issue 5 of Lane or Lina magazine. It's called the Adrift shawl. I'm not sure, but I really like that. I'm just not sure this yarn is going to work with that, but maybe I'll just do it and see how it goes, and if I don't like it I can always rip it back. So maybe I'll just start with that. I really think I want something that's like simple, long and simple to wrap myself in. That's kind of my thing at the moment. So yes, I was at Yevol yesterday, and you can't really go to a yarn store without buying a bunch of yarn. So I bought these 2 combos to make mittens. This is all Rauma, and this is like a creamy white and a navy blue, and then I got a greyish white and a golden colour, and this is going to be mittens for me, and these are going to be mittens for someone else. And I'm going to knit the Delftig pattern by Anna Maltz from her Marlisle book, with the podcast in mind that not a lot of other people are making. Obviously the Tenya sweater is an like notable exception because everybody and their mother has made this sweater, but I like to show you guys something that not everybody else is making. So yeah, I think that'll be good. I think these this is like a nice mitten combo. And I got this because I don't know if you follow the Salapalooza Knits podcast. She has just put out, Salapalooza Knits is the sort of like brand name for a girl called Elizabeth, and she lives in Norway, and she had just brought out a sock collection for Harry Potter, and she's also designing like a bunch of other stuff, which is, how do you have time for this? And she showed a picture of a mitten she's doing on Instagram, and it had this like white and gold, and I was like, oh my god, I need golden mittens for myself for this winter. So I just got the yarn. The pattern isn't even out yet, but these are just waiting for that. And then I got some knit prosing needles because I needed some for the Arbor Real sweater that I'm planning to do in all the Let Lobe I have on the floor currently. And then also, so I really love Yevol. Saskia has a really good eye for fun knitting stuff, and she tries to work often with like local people who are local to Rotterdam, but also just like really fun makers. And one of the people that she has partnered up with is, I keep forgetting her name, Hannelise Haverkamp, who is from Berlin, and she has these fantastic project bags. I mean, look at this. This is so soft. It's so woolly. It's so squishy. The zipper is so pretty. I love this bag. I saw it and I was like, I don't really care what it costs. I need to have it. But so the inside is like plain fabric. It does have a pocket for your notions and a little ring where you can keep stitch markers and or other things, or pull your yarn through if you're making socks. It's not a massive bag. I would say it's definitely smaller than a fringe project bag, but I think you can keep a ton of fun stuff. Definitely socks, the beginnings of a shawl, yeah. Mittens. This would be a fantastic mitten bag, honestly. But then also, I think I've turned into this like magpie, honestly. Anything gold is good. So, or if it just looks like it could be gold, it's for me. I think this is like the last project bag that I'm allowing myself to buy for a long time, but otherwise I would definitely buy another one. They are so cute. I love this style. I think it's so pretty. That was not all the stuff that I bought this week though. Pom Pom magazine had like one of the most successful runs ever. This is issue 26 and it was sold out immediately everywhere, except for one yarn store in the Netherlands called Juffrouw Lanzervan. So she posted it on Instagram. I actually still have a couple if you're interested. So I clicked and bought it. So that came in this week. This magazine is fantastic. I love all of these designs. I especially love this hat and these mittens. I think they're fabulous. They are by I think Melanie Berg. Yep. And I just think like the whole thing is awesome. So I had to have that. And then that store also sells Mondim sock yarn, which is a Portuguese yarn, and I usually always buy like super colourful, speckly, crazy, neon-y sock yarn, and I saw this and I just thought, why don't I just buy like a beigey colour and make like super pretty lace socks out of this. I think that would be amazing. But yeah, so lace socks, so I'll have to wait until after September because lace socks don't fit in with my September sock challenge at the moment. I think that is it for this week. It was a very short episode, but I just wanted to put something out because of the bullet journaling workshop I did yesterday, which was super fun, and I can totally recommend taking any workshop really at Javel. Saskia is fantastic and so lovely and funny and great, and the yarn store is great too, so just do that. And I'm going to continue finishing my Winterfjell sleeve, which will definitely be done this week, and start with my Arboreal sweater. I hope you have a knitting project that is almost done too, because it does feel pretty good to see the end of the horizon, I must say. And I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will see you all next time. Bye!